It's a new year, a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
2, 3, 4 for the final time.
Win number 1 on the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the Nazareth Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
To join the Union Plays hosts the first midweek race of the season. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to beautiful Dover, Delaware on this hot Wednesday afternoon. We're getting ready to kick off the 17th race of the 2021 season, the NOFSRL Mission Barbecue Cup Series M&M's 400 from the Dover International Speedway. My name is Trey Ray, and once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, on this weekday afternoon. 40 drivers will do battle for 80 laps around this exactly 1 mile in length concrete canyon in Dover, Delaware, the Monster Mile as it is often called. And oh boy, what a monster of a track this was last season, where we saw Colton Yo, who starts P7 on the grid this afternoon, go to body armor victory lane last season after surpassing a very consistent Mitchell Collins, who dominated last year's race, leading half of the laps, 40 laps to be exact. But Colton Yo was the one to come out on top in the number 1 Sinner Chevrolet. 1 year later, or 1 year in race terms later, things are a bit different. Colton Yo no longer drives the 1 Sinner Chevrolet. That belongs to Zachary Davis, who is up there in the top 10 in points. Madison Tall hopefully will not go flipping in through the corners. Obviously, we're not using the ICR bodies, so that is another change from last season. But enough on the last season. Let's go to more recent history. Last week's race at the Bridgehampton Race Circuit proved to be very exciting, especially in turn 2, which was calamity cornered throughout the majority of the race, and the points did shuffle up here a bit there at the Bridgehampton Race Circuit. Take a look on the right-hand side of your screen. The points after 16 races. Ryan Durrani continues to hold a points lead over Aiden McCrow. Durrani is the first driver to surpass the 2,000 point mark. Yet he doesn't have any wins on the season, and Durrani starts fairly deep in the field. Starts alongside the 97 of Nathan Stapleton. I believe that is about the 28th position, give or take. Madison Tall, speaking of her, finds herself in 3rd in points, back inside the podium for points after a good 12th place run at the Bridgehampton Race Circuit, taking advantage of Trey Smith, Braden Perez, and a couple other drivers finding trouble at the Bridgehampton Race Circuit. Trey Smith and Braden Perez round out your top 5 in points. Josh Williamson, the winner of the Aaron's Firecracker Grand Prix of Long Island last week, finds himself inside the top 10 in points for the first time this season. Zachary Davis, your Phoenix winner, finds himself in 7th. Keegan Thompson, Mitchell Collins, each with 1 win apiece, find themselves 8th and 9th. And rounding out your top 10 in points is Cameron Garlington. And then the 2 drivers that currently hold the wild card positions, as we are about a month and a half away from the North Wilkesboro, I forget exactly what we are calling the North Wilkesboro race this season. I don't believe it's still the Realtree 400. It might be the Save the Speedway 400, but enough on that. The two drivers in the wildcard position so far are currently Logan Williams with his 2 wins on the season, and Tristan Allen being the highest driver outside the top 10 in points with a win. He has surpassed Logan Alexander in that category. So if the checker flag were to just fall at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, Tristan Allen would have the final transfer spot into the 2021 edition of the Mission Barbecue Cup Series Chase. But that is all. But all of those point stuff are gonna matter a little bit more down the road. But it is definitely gonna be. It is crunch time here, beginning to be crunch time here in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. Before I stutter and whatever else, do more crappy commentary with the pre-race show, let's just get down to business. Let's go down trackside for your starting command and get this 80-lap shebang going, ladies and gentlemen.
Drivers, start your engines!
All 40 cars roar to life on the pit lane of the Dover International Speedway, about to get this 17th race kicked off here at the Monster Mile. John Andrews won the pole earlier this afternoon. He pockets 5 bonus points for doing so. To his outside, your Rockingham winner from back in late March, Keegan Thompson, picks up row number 1. Row 2, the 53 of J.C. Johnson, starts alongside the 32 of Caleb Rose. Rest is starting lineup on the left-hand side of your screen. Row number 3 is inhabited by Derek Hamill in the number 91 Splitter Systems Chevrolet, who is inside as the 15 of Ryan Benjamin, your Daytona 500 champion from last season. Row number 4, your defending winner of the M&M's 400, Colton Yo in the Rich Energy Zero Dodge RT, starts alongside the 16 of Noah Clifton in the Nature's Valley Ranch Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Row number 5, the 66 of Charlie Davenport, just alongside the 81 of Jordan Lopez. Making sure all 40 cars have rolled off the starting grid, and they have. KFC Race Report at the bottom left-hand side of your screen. It's going to be an 80-lap race around this exactly 1 mile in length concrete canyon in Dover, Delaware. Should be a single-stop race. Pit window is between laps 48 and 52. Watch out at the exits of turns 2 and 4. Those are going to be the calamity corners in this one. And Colton Yo is the defending winner here at the Dover International Speedway. John Andrews and Keegan Thompson lead them through the gears. A green flag racing, ladies and gentlemen, in the first state. Off the final turn and past the front straightaway for the first time, John Andrews leads lap number 1. He pockets 5 additional bonus points. Keegan Thompson and pretty much everybody that started on the outside lane is really falling back early on here. The outside lane does not work here at the Dover International Speedway. Similar to that of, say, Bristol or just a single groove track, is the 16 of Clifton. Gets into the outside wall a little bit hard there off of 4, and Wilmington checking up heavily. Not sure if he got into the corner too hot or there's something wrong with the 62 is too close for comfort there. A little bit of a 3-wide, very close racing between Davenport, Parrish, and your defending winner here in the MBCS, Josh Williamson. Back up to the race lead, and Daisy Johnson has gotten around the 46 of John Andrews. It's not an NOFSRL sanctioned race without us missing a pass for the lead, and Andrews is being passed for every position besides every position inside the top 5, who is inside the 5 of Cole Sampson. So one of those drivers up in here that's looking for a decent finish. Another one of those being Daisy Johnson, another one of those being Colton Yo. His lone win here in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series came right where we are racing right now here at the Dover International Speedway as they go 3 wide off the corner for a brief moment between Andrews, Logan Williams, 2-time winner this season, and your Auto Club winner of Eric Monaco. It's a bit of a 4-car breakaway for this top position. To the inside, second place goes the number 0 of Colton Yo over Benjamin in the 15. Cole Sampson in that DeWalt Monte Carlo is going to take 3rd away from the 15 of Benjamin. And he is another one of those drivers. In fact, all 4 of these drivers are just looking for decent results. Get any positions they can as we wind down towards the chase. The checker flag falling to begin the chase at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Daisy Johnson not too up there in the points. He's actually fairly towards the bottom and really doing missing her marks this season compared to her teammate of Trey Smith, who comes into this race 4th in the points. Smith actually is in the top 10 right there. Currently in 9th. P10 is a 99 of Madison Tall, who's 3rd in the points, 1 position ahead of Trey Smith. And, just trying to log it out, just trying to get everything going here, and just trying to do what you gotta do in the middle stages of this season. We are, if I'm not mistaken, yes, we are 10 races away from. Actually, no, at the conclusion of this race, we are officially 10 races away from the 10-race chase. So 20 races to go. Half of them are regular season. Obviously, the back half are the chase. So you're really getting down to the nitty-gritty and crunch time for these us to set the top 12 in the top 10 in points, and then 2 wildcard drivers. And one of those guys on the bubble there is Josh Williams. Actually, not on the bubble, but Josh Williamson. He is up there in the points, currently rocking P6 in the points right now, and looking to increase that. One of those guys that's on the bubble is Dano Georgi in the 34, who is 13th in the points, if I'm not mistaken. Same thing goes with the 56 of Tristan Allen, your Richmond winner. Both these guys have a single win. Just time will tell if they'll be able to visit Body Armor Victory Lane a second time, and if they'll be able to rise up in the points, but none of them have really been that consistent this season. Back up in here, it has been still 1-2 for Johnson and Yo. And how about this man in the 4th position right now, Juan Rodriguez? Have not seen much of him this season. You know, he is up inside the top 5. See if Rodriguez can do anything in this race and potentially get his first career win. Buck Racing, ever since Chicagoland, has not had the best of luck. And his teammate Tyler Reynolds, and Nathan Smith and Cameron Garlington getting into it on the front straightaway. Caution was not out, but Nathan Smith destroyed in the 25. Not sure what the deal was there, but there's a 19 of Tyler Reynolds, like we were talking about. See, back there in the point in this field with his teammate, in fact, Mitchell Collins, who got Buck Racing their inaugural win at Chicagoland a couple of weeks ago. I think about a month ago at this point. Yeah, about a month and 2 days ago. Almost exactly as Yodel gets a little too close for comfort there. He's going to put Stapleton in the outside wall just a bit. Yodel not doing too well in his 2nd ever race with Grattan Racing. Currently running somewhere towards the bottom of the barrel. Right now he is currently in the 30th position, right in front of the car that went to Body Armor Victory Lane last time here at the Dover International Speedway. Now being driven by Zachary Davis, and one of those guys has been really consistent in the middle stages of this race, of the season, I should say. Back up to the front of the field, however, it looks like Colton Yo might be gaining a little bit. No, he's actually losing time. Juan Rodriguez to the inside of Yo for 2nd place. They're still trying to track down this 53 car of Daisy Johnson. Rodriguez will officially pass Yo. Try and find where Will Parrish is in the 02, Yo's teammate. There's Will Parrish in the 02. He's not had the best of seasons. Actually has had probably the worst season so far. Right in 40th in points. And Parrish, I believe, is DNF'd in the last couple of races. Actually, I don't believe he DNF'd last week at Bridgehampton, but it has not been as strong of a season as a rookie season as some of these other guys are having. As back in front, and Ethan Lewis dumps a 40 of Dustin Davis, and Ryan Durrani, the points leader, is caught up, and he's got mortal damage in the 38. And the yellow flag is out here, obviously, after an incident on the back straightaway. And Durrani looks like is going to be the only one out from that accident. Dustin Davis, once again, wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately. He and Ethan Lewis getting tangled together on the back straightaway. And Daisy Johnson led them back to the caution flag. And This is pretty huge in the points. I don't see Durrani's still on the pit lane, so they might be trying to get that 38 fixed. I don't know. We saw black smoke coming out of that 38 machine. He's probably going to be teleporting to the garage area momentarily, but follow along with Daisy Johnson. See what she can do on the pit lane with that third starting position, pit stall. Actually, I'm surprised. On a lesser note, how far back the 46 and the 14 of Andrews and Thompson, respectively, fell back in the field. Johnson looks like it's going to be a 4-tire stop for the 53 team. She's going to lead them out. Yo is able to get around the 48 of Rodriguez off the pit lane, and that is going to be huge in the points. But Johnson leads them off the pit lane. She'll lead them back to the restart. We've got an accident to review here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happened on the back straightaway to bring out the first caution of the afternoon here at the Dover International Speedway in the M&M's 400. We mentioned the exits of 2 and 4 were going to be calamity corners early on in the pre-race, and you just slide up into that outside lane, and if there is a quarter panel in front of you, this is the end result. Unfortunately, Dustin Davis gets turned by the 79 of Ethan Lewis hard into the inside wall, and that was going to be it, but Ethan Lewis gets ricocheted back up the racetrack. Durrani trying to go to the right, but unfortunately cannot avoid the spinning 79. And thankfully, nobody else was caught up in that accident. But this is huge towards the points. Durrani, I don't think he's going to get surpassed in the points. Given where McCrow is running, Tall might be able to pass him. Actually, no, I don't believe it's mathematically possible. Actually, if Madison Tall, they might be tied for the points lead. If Madison Tall is able to win, and Durrani will get 5 points, I think Tall might be in front by 2 points here looking at this. So if Tall wins and Durrani finishes 39th, where I believe he's going to be finishing in the 39th position, Madison Tall will be the points leader coming out of this. But what a heartbreak for this 38 team. And man, there's still 10 races to go, and he's potentially still going to be the points leader coming out of Dover, but oh my goodness, we did not see this coming, ladies and gentlemen. And as for Ethan Lewis and Dustin Davis, the two culprits in that, it's just a racing deal, unfortunately. Off turn number 2, a little too close for comfort there between Davis and Lewis, and right in the path of Durrani. Nowhere for the 38 father of all Taurus to go. Unfortunately, it's going to be one of the 2 guys taken out. We did have an incident with Nathan Smith and Cameron Garlington. I don't see Nathan Smith on the racetrack, so I believe he is probably going to be out. He is out of this race. Let's take a quick look at what happened with Cameron Garlington, Nathan Smith, and then get you back to the racing action here at the Dover International Speedway. Just going to review this in real time. Same thing that happened off of 2, and look at that 28 get half of its wheels off the ground, and I am surprised that did not bring out a yellow flag, because that was a hard shot for both of those drivers, especially for Garlington, who is doing some lights, motors, action type stuff there on the front straightaway right under the flag stand. But not sure what the deal was there, and then obviously we had the incident a couple laps later that would ultimately bring out the yellow flag. Daisy Johnson led them back to the caution flag. She leads them off the pit lane. So let's see what this 53 body armor machine can do on the restart here after we wrap up our first accident of the afternoon in the M&M's 400. We're back here at the Dover International Speedway, wrapping up our first caution of the afternoon. And bad news for Noah Clifton fans. Something going amiss on the 16 machine. We are hearing it might be a camshaft issue. So tough break for the Australian driver of Noah Clifton, and he will join 2 other cars in the garage area, 3 other cars in the garage area. In fact, Ethan Lewis, Ryan Durrani, your points leader, and Nathan Smith all off the racetrack. 37 cars remain on the racetrack, and they are all on the lead lap. Your top 5 heading back through the Reese's restart zone are Daisy Johnson, Colton Yo, Juan Rodriguez, Jordan Lopez, surprisingly in the top 5, and Ryan Benjamin. Back through the gears a go, and Johnson got a really good jump over Yo on that restart. Rodriguez and Lopez, surprisingly up inside the top 5, who is, I believe, coming into this race, runs 35th in the points. It has not been the season that Jordan Lopez has wanted. Not been the season that a lot of these guys have wanted in these first 16 and a quarter races. We're just past the quarter with the way mark through the M&M's 400. Rodriguez tried to look to the inside of Yo there off of 2, but cannot get the edge. Trey Smith going really wide through the corner. That's going to be a bit of a 3-wide situation between him, Williams, and Fitzy. Fitzy getting a little bit into the quarter panel of the 17 of Williams, but they are able to keep it straight for now. And Fitzwater really had to get let out of the gas there off of 4. Just very, very tight quarters racing, very close quarters racing here at the Dover International Speedway for these top couple of positions. But Yo is really beginning to draw a bead on this 53 body armor Camry. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be able to get around Johnson in a couple of short laps. Same goes for the 48 of Rodriguez. I know that 0 of Yo is right on Johnson's butt. Right on that body armor bumper. He's going to move to the inside on the front straightaway. And Rodriguez is going to go with him on the inside lane. Johnson is going to lose first. She's going to lose second. Fall back to third. Yo is going to move out in front. But Rodriguez wants to take advantage of that. Is he going to be able to get inside? No. Yo shuts the door. And Rodriguez will open the door for Johnson to retake second. Colton Yo picking up right where he left off the last time we were here at the Monster Mile. Colton Yo, your defending winner of the M&M's 400. Back out front here at the Monster Mile. How about Eric Monaco being up inside the top 5? Where did he come from? Auto Club winner. The running joke in the last stretch of 10 or so races has been Eric Monaco has been horrible at all tracks that are not named the Auto Club Speedway. And while we are ribbing into him a little bit, has kind of been true. You have just his troubles at Charlotte, Diamond Ridge, Pocono, Chicagoland, just a litany of issues at those tracks. As for second place, Rodriguez back to the inside of Johnson. Johnson slides a little bit up the racetrack. That's going to open the door for Monaco and potentially Sampson. Cole Sampson, like we were mentioning him earlier, like we said earlier, he's having a really good run in the early goings of this race. As this time by will be the 3/8 mark through the M&M's 400. 10 to go until we get to the halfway point. We do have to potentially start thinking about green flag pit stops, because they came in at, I believe it was lap 19, lap 20-ish. The few max they can go is 52. So if this thing stays green, which it's probably not, it's Dover. A lot of stupid stuff can happen here. We might have green flag pit stops for one of the few times this season. It's been a very rare occasion we've had live pit stops as Monaco moves to the inside of Rodriguez for second. But it's a possibility here as we close in on the halfway point, and Monaco making some really, really tight strides to the 0 car. The Rich Energy Machine is just running on rails at the moment. Monaco, he might be within striking distance in about a lap or two. Just not sure, but he has been cutting through this field since the restart. If I'm not mistaken, he started 9th on the restart. He's found his way up to the 2nd position. Tristan Allen, your Richmond winner, mentioned him earlier on in the race. So right there on the bubble of making it in, he currently holds the final 12th and final transfer spot into the chase, being the highest driver on the outside looking in that has a win. That can really fluctuate on here. Fitzy, shout out to him, rocking P8. Braden Perez in the 92 did not have a good qualifying position. I think he started 33rd on the field. And the man who is 5th in the points, currently running in the 9th position. That would be something he was able to visit Body Armor Victory Lane later on this afternoon. Same for Landon Smith Jr., same for Derek Hamill. A lot of guys running up here that we have not seen too much this season, at least in a positive light. I think Landon Smith Jr. and Derek Hamill can speak very, very much so, of course. Landon Smith Jr. having an absolutely horrific first 16 races this season. And Derek Hamill, we all know the meme he was at Kansas, and I believe it might have been Charlotte as well. And Yo has really fallen back here. He has lost first, and I think he scraped the wall off the corner that last time by, and that relinquishes the lead to 75 of Eric Monaco. Like we said earlier, it's not an NOFSRL sanctioned race without us missing a pass for the lead. And Monaco looking to get his second win of the season and steal that second transfer spot in from Tristan Allen. Logan Williams currently holds the first transfer spot with 2 wins. We have yet to see a 2-time winner aside from Logan Williams that is outside the top 10 in points. And we have also yet to see a Juan Rodriguez victory, as we are 2 laps away from the halfway point in the M&M's 400. Has only been at 1 yellow so far this afternoon. Intensity is going to really ramp up in the back half of this race, that is for sure. Rodriguez tried to have a look on the 75 of Monaco, but he is going to lose quite a bit of track position there. Yeah, he lost 0.13 of a second. That is about 100 feet on the racetrack. We might have to start worrying about lap traffic there. Dustin Davis is barely clinging on to this backpack. Actually, Davis is right now exiting 2. Monaco is right now exiting 4, so he might not have to worry about that for quite a bit. Across flags, that time by officially halfway home through the M&M's 400. Let's get you a full field rundown. First is Eric Monaco, second is Juan Rodriguez, third is Cole Sampson, fourth is the Daytona 500 champion Dano Georgi, fifth is Zachary Fitzwater, sixth is Daisy Johnson, seventh is Hamill, eighth is Braden Perez, running at ninth is Landon Smith Jr., and rounding out your top 10, who is the man who was leading a couple of laps ago, Colton Yo. Not sure what happened to him. 11th is a man who, whatever it's called. 11th is Zachary Davis in the car that went to victory lane. The driver that went to victory lane last season is in front of him. 12th is Tristan Allen. 13th is Brendan Yodel, having a bit of a stronger run than we saw him having in the earlier part of the race. 14th is Daniel Bouchard, excuse me. Now I've lost track of where we are. 15th is Braden Perez. Not Braden Perez. I am all over the place, ladies and gentlemen. 15th is Brennan Wilmington. 16th is last year defending winner here a couple of days ago at Bridgehampton, Josh Williamson. 17th is Nathan Stapleton. 18th is Madison Toll, who's third in points. NS Racing Cars, all in a row there on the racing surface. Logan Williams makes 19th position. Rounding out the top half of the field is Keegan Thompson in 20th. 21st is Charlie Davenport. 22nd is Nelson Reeves. 23rd is Jordan Lopez. Really fell back since starting on the top 5 of the restart. Passing him for 23rd is the 78 of Mitchell Collins. 25th is Will Parrish. 26th is Owen Miles, sporting a new livery this week in the Pertec colors. Ryan Benjamin, another one of those guys that has really fallen back in the pack. He is currently rocking the 27th position. 28th is Aiden McCrow. 29th is Riley Sampson. And 30th is Trey Smith. 31st is Tyler Reynolds. 32nd is Logan Alexander, your Diamond Ridge winner from a couple of weeks ago. 33rd is your pole sitter of John Andrews, has not really had a good race so far. 34th is the 28 of Cameron Garlington. 35th is Caleb Rose. 36th is the 40 of whatever his name is, Dustin Davis. And that rounds out your field. 36 cars remain on the racetrack, and fortunately all of them are on the lead lap, and the yellow flag is out. Something happened on the front straight, and I think it may have involved Tristan Allen in the 56 machine, because he is a lot deeper in the field than we last saw him. I did mention we were going to see some yellow flags, potentially some yellow flags with, before all this was said and done. Actually, no, I wouldn't say that. I don't know what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, I'm recording this at 9:30 at night, so just bear with me here. Daisy Johnson really fell back in the field, so she may have gotten into this 56 of Tristan Allen. And that is going to bring the cars down the pit lane right at the at the number lap 48. So these guys are able to make it to the end, as 75 of Monaco lead them down the pit lane. I imagine it's just going to be what they would probably be doing during a live pit stop, taking 4 fresh Hoosier tires and filling that thing full of octane racing fuel. And they should be good to go to the end, so we should not see any more pit stops live or under the yellow flag. Monaco still on the pit lane. Now is just getting out. He's going to be bait out by Cole Sampson, Dano Georgi, and Cole Sampson. And Georgi are going to be the only 2 cars to beat him, as contact on the pit lane between John Andrews and Derek Hamill, running over the flagman right there. Thankfully, he is invisible and sustains no damage to himself. Cole Sampson, lightning fast pit stop out of that DeWalt 5 team. He leads them off the pit lane. We have an accident to review here for the second time this afternoon. Let's see what happened and bring out the second caution of this Wednesday afternoon race here in the M&M's 400 at the Dover International Speedway. This is the same kind of incident that we saw with Garlington and Smith early on in the race. Actually, no, it's kind of the opposite. Tristan Allen moves down the racetrack into the path of the one of Zachary Davis. Davis just kind of turns to the right to kind of help himself through it, and into the inside wall goes your Richmond winner, Tristan Allen. And that is not going to really help him in the points. He is barely clinging on to that final transfer position in the chase, and one of Zachary Davis doing a little bit of Tokyo drift, and all right into front of Logan Williams. That was almost disastrous right there. Nelson Reeves and Mitchell Collins making evasive maneuvers on the inside. And I believe that was pretty much it. Just a simple spin off of turn 4. That is not going to make Tristan Allen happy in the number 56 5-hour Energy Toyota Camry. Replaying it in real time, Allen moves down the racetrack to avoid getting into the 26 of Yodel, that was a battle for 10th right there. Fortunately, spins off the nose of Zachary Davis. And thankfully, that was it. Just a simple 2-car incident where nobody gets hurt, nobody gets knocked out of this one. But it does knock out the equation of the pit stops under the green flag, so we should be good to go to the end. And 75 of Eric Monaco led them back to the caution flag, but he did not lead them off the pit lane. That was Cole Sampson in the 5. That will be your leader when we get back to the racing action here at the Dover International Speedway. We're back here at the Monster Mile, Dover International Speedway, wrapping up our second caution of the afternoon. Nobody was knocked out from that accident, so still 36 cars remaining on the racetrack and simultaneously on the lead lap. But a couple of cars are a little bit further back in the grid than they originally were. Your top 5 going back to the restart are the 5 of Cole Sampson, the 34 of Georgia, the 75 of Monaco, the 9 of Fitzy, and the 91 of Derek Hamill. Gonna be 29 laps to go this time by. Pace car makes a hard left-hand turn down the pit lane. Sampson will lead them through the gears, through the Reese's restart zone they go. And at the line, we're back to green flag racing here at Dover, and a good jump for both Georgi and Cole Sampson on the restart. Monaco, I think, might be passed here by the 9 of Fitzy. Already past 4 position. Davenport to the inside of Yo. Collins is going to follow Davenport's footsteps, or tire tracks, I should say. And Madison Tall really beginning to slip back in this 99 machine. But man, that is not slipping back. The 56 of Tristan Allen, who is going to try and ham at this field Alexander Rossi style. Really close quarters racing there off of turn number 3, but they're able to keep it straight for now. Back up to the race lead. Georgi right on the rear bumper of the 5 of Sampson. Can he make a pass for the lead? And Fitzy is right up there to potentially take advantage of these guys getting together. How about Braden Perez up here inside the top 4, and Brendan Yodel up inside the top 5? Thought Davenport, not Davenport, excuse me. Bouchard was going to take a shot at him on the corner, and 3 wide for the race lead. Georgi shooting the duck, but Fitzy is going to take the low line. Georgi had the lead there for about half of a straightaway, but new race leader Zachary Fitzwater at the line. It's going to be your new race leader here at the Dover International Speedway. Sampson goes to the inside of Dano Georgi. That is for second. Perez is going to try and do the same thing with Sampson off the corner. Not going to be able to get there in time. So does Fitzwater, Sampson, Perez, and Georgi leading at the moment. Working on a lap number 57 of the scheduled 80 laps. The M&M's 400. Been a pretty good race so far if you were just tuning in. 4 cars out of the race so far. One of them being Ryan Durrani, the points leader. 5-car breakaway for the race lead at the moment. Fitzwater, and the yellow flag is out, and there's the man second in points, along with the 14 of Keegan Thompson. Well, we were just mentioning how the points leader Ryan Durrani was taken out, and I believe the 42 of Aiden McCrow might be taken out as well. For sure, Keegan Thompson has been taken out of this one. Black smoke billowing out of the Viagra Monte Carlo for Appleseed Racing, the team that Thompson owns, and not sure what the incident was there, but it was off of turn 4, I believe. So turn 4 has been Calamity Corner in this one. I don't believe these guys are going to be coming down the pit lane. No, it doesn't appear anybody is. Not sure what the deal is there. I think Collins is just trying to get into his regularly scored position with his teammate of Juan Rodriguez. But that should be it. And oh no! Something amiss on the 5 machine of Cole Sampson. And a heartbreak for the 5 team. And it has all gone completely off the rails for Appleseed Racing. 2 cars taken out in the span of about 2 laps. And we are hearing that that Walt 5 Monte Carlo, the number 5 car, has thrown a piston. And that is the cause for the engine failure. Tough break for Cole Sampson. He was running second at the time. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles here sometimes in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. So that will give second place to Braden Perez. So he's moving on up. And a man who is trying to move up in the points, as well as 9 of Zachary Fitzwater. He will be your leader on the restart. But we've got an accident to review. Let's see what happened to bring out the 3rd caution of the day here at the Dover International Speedway in the M&M's 400. So the exit of turn number 4 has been Calamity Corner in this one. Looks like Thompson checks up on the outside lane simultaneously as the 42 of McCrow slides up, and those two get together down the 12 degrees of banking that are the straightaways on the Dover International Speedway, and both those guys hard on the inside wall, driver's side door. And it looks like they are both going to be knocked out from this one. And for McCrow, that is a really tough pill to swallow. He was running second in the points, and like we said earlier, Madison Tall now has a really good opportunity to surpass these guys in the points if she's able to win. But I think that was a combination of a veteran maneuver of the 14 of Thompson to check up, entering the corner to not hit the wall, and a rookie mistake here of the 42 of McCrow, just getting sliding up through the corner. You can't really blame him. It's a concrete surface, so these guys have been sliding up on the exits of the corners of 2 and 4 all day long. But just tough break for both those guys, especially for Thompson. I believe he is going to free fall in the points after this one, given especially where Garlington and Collins and a lot of these guys that are up there in the standings are running right now. But McCrow is really going to pay the price from this one. And top couple of guys in points, not doing too well in this race. get you the real-time replay, then get you back to the action here in the M&M's 400. McCrow slides up the racetrack and hooks the 14 of the checking up Thompson, and both those cars, hard shots, driver's side of the inside wall. That inside wall has taken a beating in this one. And we have confirmed that the 42 of Aiden McCrow has made a permanent visit to the Mission Barbecue Cup Series garage area. He will join Keegan Thompson and a litany of other drivers in that area. Same goes for the 5 of Cole Sampson, who threw a piston under the caution flag. But Zachary Fitzwater led them back. Nobody came down the pit lane. See what these guys can do on the restart here after we wrap up our third accident of the afternoon in the M&M's 400 from Dover. We're back here at the Dover International Speedway, wrapping up the third caution of the afternoon. Take a look and see who was knocked out from that accident. Keegan Thompson and Aiden McCrow will join, and the 5 of Cole Sampson, excuse me. No. We're back here at the Monster Mile, the Dover International Speedway, wrapping up our third accident of the afternoon. Take a look and see who was knocked out from that accident. Cole Sampson, Keegan Thompson, and Aiden McCrow will join Noah Clifton, Ethan Lewis, Ryan Durrani, and Nathan Smith in the garage area. 33 cars remain on the racetrack, all of them on the lead lap, and we've got quite the cast of characters up inside this top 5. Fitzy, Perez, Georgi, Yodel, and Bouchard, your top 5. Your top 10 are Wilmington, Williamson, Williams, Hamill, and Collins. Oh boy, what a cast of characters this is. Fitzy leads them back through the gears. We've got 17, 18 laps to go in this M&M's 400 from the Dover International Speedway. Let's see what these guys can do. Top 10 got a really good jump, and here it's the first move in the top 10. Wilmington to the inside of Bouchard. That is for, I believe that is for the 5th position. Bouchard really up the racetrack. 3 wide between Bouchard, Williamson, and Hamill. And Bouchard is going to really fall back in that Subway 07 Pontiac. Back to the front, 4-car breakaway, 5-car breakaway as Wilmington is drawing a bead on the 26 of Yodel. Now Perez is going to have a bit of an edge. Contact between him and Fitzy. They keep it straight. That's going to kill Perez's momentum for a bit. Georgi tried to get him on the outside, but you cannot pass on the outside here. And for the race lead, Perez, help from Yodel in the inside lane. The Camry is going against the bow tie with the Ram right behind them. A diverse couple of manufacturers up in here, and then you've got the Ford up in here. All manufacturers except Pontiac being represented at the front of the field. And Perez, the number 92 Jam and Earl Camry to the front of the field. Battle for second between Yodel and what's his name? Somebody. Georgi, that's what his name is. How about this? Wilmington in the 62 trying to go for second. He's trying to get Pacific Racing a 1-2 finish. Wouldn't that be something? Boy, he's still got 16 laps to go in this one. A lot can happen in 16 laps, but Perez is just trying to drive like there's 2 laps to go, and he is trying to get to the end of this one. He wants his first career win in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series, and given where a lot of these guys that are up there in the points are running, as Wilmington to the inside of the 34 of Georgi for second, he is going to get the position. Georgi is going to potentially fall back to 4th with Yodel to the inside of the 34 Boy Scouts of America Taurus. He will get to the inside of him. How about Owen Miles in the 05? Actually, both Dracoan racing cars running side by side with each other at the moment. I believe they're both inside the top 10. They're both inside the top 11. So how about that for Dracoan Racing? Rodriguez moves to the inside of Georgi. Georgi is heavily bleeding here in the closing laps. 11 laps remaining in the M&M's 400 from the Dover International Speedway. Perez has got about a second lead over his teammate. Not sure where Caleb Rose is in the 32. There is Madison Tall. Tall is really deep in the field. 29th at the moment. If I've got the math right, I believe Trey Smith, not sure where Trey Smith is running in the 52. There's Trey Smith in 52. Currently in the 22nd position, so Braden Perez might come out of here, I believe, second in points. Yeah, he cannot mathematically surpass Ryan Durrani, but Perez, he's logging laps, and if he comes out on top with 9 laps remaining, it's looking like he is going to come out on top potentially. But if Perez ends up winning this race and everybody remains where they are, Braden Perez is going to be second in the points going into Trenton. And, don't count out Brennan Wilmington. He's gained in 0.2 of a second in the last couple of laps. We've only got a handful of laps to go here. 8 to go from the Monster Mile. Let's see what the interval is this time by. Now they're both in the frame, but Yodel's going to try and get to the inside of Wilmington to spoil the Pacific Racing 1-2. Wilmington closed in 2/100ths that last time by, but with 7 laps remaining, just not sure if he's going to be able to do it. Now he's gaining a lot there. Lap traffic is not going to be a factor with 6 laps to go at the line for Perez. We'll see what the interval is. Another 2/100ths clicked off, but 2/100ths is it's about 20 feet on the racetrack, but there is probably a good 150 feet separating the 2 Pacific Racing cars. I was trying to find Caleb Rose. There's Caleb Rose in the 32, currently running in the, where is Rose running at the moment? In the 13th position, so all 3 Pacific Racing cars inside the top 15, so a pretty good race with 5 laps remaining from the Dover International Speedway for Braden Perez. And he has gained a little bit over his teammate and team owner. 4 to go at the line for Perez. I think he might be able to do it here. Can't count out a caution. We do have green-white checkers on. So if we get a caution, we are going to have a green-white checkered finish, and that could throw everything into absolute bedlam. 3 laps to go for Braden Perez, and he's got his first career Mission Barbecue Cup Series victory. Interval at the line is increasing. The distance has increased by about 20 feet with 2.5 laps to go. Daytona International Speedway length to go in this one. Braden Perez, the Riverside, California native with popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps remaining from the Dover International Speedway for Braden Perez in this number 92 machine. We were mentioning him earlier, how incredible it would be if he was able to come out on top. 1.5 miles remaining in the M&M's 400. Rounding turns 3 and 4 for the second to final time. White flag in the air, this time by one more time around the Dover International Speedway for Braden Perez. He's got his first career trip to Body Armor Victory Lane. Wilmington, 3/4 of a second back. It's probably not going to be Wilmington victory, but it's going to be a Pacific Racing victory. Rounding turns 3 and 4 for the final time this afternoon. Brennan Wilmington and Pacific Racing, they're going to go 1-2. And Perez tames the monster. He wins here at the Dover International Speedway. And oh boy, Perez has hit the jackpot points-wise in this one. Perez is your official winner of the M&M's 400 from the Dover International Speedway. Fastest lap belongs to Zachary Fitzwater, so he pockets an additional 5 bonus points. But Braden Perez does it here at the Monster Mile. He tames the monster and wins an exciting race at the Dover International Speedway. And what a points day it was for him, especially given that the top 2 in points, all finished outside, all retired, I should say. The top 3 in points all finished outside the top 30. Take a look at the top 10 in points. top 10 finishing results, I should say, Brayden Perez is your official winner here at Dover. Wilmington also close in second, but it is a good point stand nonetheless. Pacific Racing goes 1-2 in this one. All three of their cars finish inside the top 20, as Caleb Rose is a nice 20th place finish. Juan Rodriguez, his best finish of the season so far, in third. Brendan Yodel, fourth. Rounding out the top 5 is Mitchell Collins. 6th is Fitzy. 7th is Daniel Georgi. 8th is Daniel Bouchard. 9th is Owen Miles. And 10th is your pole sitter, John Andrews, who has clawed his way back up through here. The rest of your results: 33 cars finished the race. Cole Sampson, Keegan Thompson, Aiden McCrow, Noah Clifton, Ethan Lewis, Ryan Dorani, and Nathan Smith all finished the race in the garage area. And Miles the Monster will take the 6 cars that he did not finish the race. 7 cars, excuse me, did not finish the race, and he will be eating those momentarily. Madison Tall finished outside the top 30. Not the run that she wanted. And this is, so yeah, like we said, all 3 cars in the top 3 in points finish outside the top 30. And not sure where Trey Smith finished. Trey Smith actually got a 15th place finish. So I think Brayden Perez definitely will be in second. Trey Smith might be in third in points, but Durrani is still going to be up there in first. That can all change here in the coming races. And don't go away, especially in the next coming days. In 3 days, we head over to the Garden State for the first time this season. We head over to the Trenton Raceway for the second time in series history for the NJ 1015 500 from Trenton. The winner of the Trenton race is Cole Sampson in the 5. Unfortunately, his Pistons could not make the end of this race, but we'll see if he's left any magic there at the kidney bean-shaped racetrack in Trenton, in the heart of New Jersey, the heart of Southeast New Jersey. That's going to do it here from the Dover International Speedway, I should say. And oh boy, the points should be very interesting. But that's a wrap here from Dover. Congratulations once again to Brayden Perez on getting his maiden victory here at the Dover International Speedway. And we will see you gents in just a couple of days at the Trenton Raceway for the NJ 115 500. But that's a wrap. Thank you guys for tuning in to the 17th race of the 2021 season. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your points after 17 fast races here from the Dover International Speedway. This has been NASCAR Nerd 34, signing off.